It's happening. It's happening right now. It is happening, boy. Do we have a lot to talk about because Biden is officially out for right now. He had a medical emergency. And I got to show you a crazy video about this medical emergency that just so happens to be COVID, by the way. He's had COVID multiple times. He's vaccinated, he's boosted, which is, whatever at this point. We don't want to talk too in depth about that because we know the rules and on YouTube. But there is a video that Trump, he saw this. And that's why he made the statement that he made. But the announcement is clear. There's the video right here. I'm going to show you guys this video on Joe Biden because he says out of nowhere, he got COVID, by the way, out of nowhere. But he says that he will step down if a medical emergency occurs. That's the only way Joe Biden would step down if a medical emergency occurs. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about. Trump's Secret Service. A lot of things are coming out about the Secret Service that we got to talk about. I got some crazy videos. I need you guys to buckle up for that because these crazy videos get even crazier with the news coming out of the actual shooter, how long the Secret Service actually knew that the guy was a risk, that the guy was a danger to President Trump, but they still let it happen. We got to talk about a lot of things. So does this mean that Joe Biden is about to drop out? Apparently, by the way, I need you guys to see this, by the way. Let me take this off the screen. Look, it says right there, CBS Evening News. This was the other day on BET. I would drop out of the race if a doctor told me I had a problem. If he had a medical emergency, all of a sudden now. So what is about to happen? A lot about to happen. As you can see the number on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. JD Vance will be speaking tonight. I'm going to try to catch his speech. Should be very interesting what he's going to say tonight. IRA, you guys know the deal. In a world of economic uncertainty, safeguarding your retirement savings is more important than ever. Gold is a trusted store of value, providing stability for centuries through countless market cycles. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investments, you can protect your financial future with the enduring power of precious metals. Don't let this is what the most important part about this. Don't let election validity erode your hard-earned nest egg. Do you know that if Trump, there was an economist that came out and he said if Trump were to have lost his life, God forbid, I don't even want to think about all that stuff because it just happened. But if Trump were to have lost his life, so many bad things would have happened to the market, would have crashed. Like prices of everything, millions of people would have probably died. That's what he said. And because of that, I don't even want to think about it. I really don't want to think about it. If that bullet was just right on point, right on target, God forbid that it ever happens again. But if that bullet were to have gone through, millions of people would have died in the United States of America. Chaos would have erupted. I promise you, things would have never been the same. So I don't even want to think about it, but it's unfortunate because I ran into this conversation. I listened to it. I kind of wish I didn't, but he was spitting truth. So make sure to get your 1 ounce Trump silver coin or a 10 ounce silver American flag bar with a qualifying account. Noble Gold Investments, your partner in financial peace of mind in 2024. Call the number on the screen that's right there. Do me that favor if you guys can. That's the number. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. All right, so here we go. Here's the video of Joe Biden saying this to BET.
If there is some medical condition that emerged, if the doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, that problem.
A few moments later.
The president has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID.
All right, I didn't know that meme was going to show up out of nowhere, but just a quick question here. Just a quick question. You smell it? I smell it. What do you smell? I'm just going to ask that because I don't want to get banned off YouTube. I really don't want to get banned off YouTube. I smell something. Just let me know if you guys smell it too. It's just a quick question. If we're talking about somebody that's boosted, somebody that's protected from this, allegedly, all of a sudden now, I smell it. You let me know if you smell it. So here is Trump. Trump comes out today and he says Trump campaign response to vice presidential debates. He says we don't know who the Democratic nominee is for vice president is going to be, so we can't lock in a date before their convention. To do so would be unfair to Gavin Newsom, J.B. Pritzker, Gretchen Whitmer, or whoever Kamala Harris picks as her running mate. What does Trump know that we don't? So Trump made this post right before it was announced that Biden has COVID and he has to cancel all of his appearance spots. So, and then he just basically says it out there. He says it. He says to do so would be unfair to Gavin Newsom, Pritzker, and Whitmer, or whoever Kamala Harris picks as her running mate. So he basically is making the prediction in front of everybody. Hey, Joe Biden's not going to be the guy. And he obviously is look, what do you guys think? If Biden steps down, which is probably more likely now than ever, is this a good or is this a bad thing? Is this a good or is this a bad thing? What do you guys think? Comment down below. Because I'm not sure this is a great thing for the race because, listen, man, but I don't think anybody could beat Trump. I'm not sure. All right, I got some crazy breaking news. Comment down below. Doug in Exile is gone from YouTube. Yeah, that broke my heart. We'll talk about that. Let me just show you guys what we got going on here. Big breaking news. Breaking news live right now. If you're watching on the second channel, thank you. Big breaking news. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go.
On what the Secret Service knew about the shooter minutes before Donald Trump took the stage. For more, we want to go to Aisha because there was a briefing today. You got some information about what happened, Aisha?
Dana, good afternoon to you. We just got a big information dump, and some of it is deeply, deeply troubling. So I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through this. Just bear with me here. A lot of notes that I'm going to look at here. Just about a couple minutes ago, these senators came out of this briefing with Secret Service. They've been asking for it for days now. Finally got it with the director and Secret Service staff. And the top headline that has come out of it, according to Senator John Barrasso, just spoke to him as soon as he hung up on this briefing. He said that apparently the Secret Service had identified as a character of suspicion this man, this shooter, because they saw a rangefinder on him as well as a backpack. And this all happened more than an hour before the shooting actually occurred. So
more than 1 hour. More than 1 hour. Wow.
So they saw the guy and they identified this guy as suspicious. Now, more details coming from a source familiar here who was also in the meeting tells me that about 10 minutes before former President Trump went onto the stage, they had gone from looking at this guy as suspicious to now looking at him as a threat. That
10 minutes before Trump hit the stage, they knew and they had basically said, yo, this guy is a threat, but they still let Trump hit the stage.
That is coming from this briefing that the senators were in. They were told that Secret Service had called it in to a center that this guy they now identified as a threat about 10 minutes before President Trump walked on stage, and they still allowed him to walk onto that stage. I'm told the Secret Service agent in charge there was on the phone with local and state police about the threat while the shooting was taking place. That's huge. And that is raising a lot of concerns and now major calls for the director of the Secret Service to step down immediately.
This woman, and by the way, here's the video. Before we get to her, the director who loves DEI and wants to make like the Secret Service, she wants to make the Secret Service 30% women, by the way. Here's a video of the Thomas kid, the Crooks kid, whatever his name is. That's a video. Like somebody took this video because they thought he was suspicious. That video was taken an hour before, 1+ hour. 1+ hour. And this video, it gets even crazier. Take a listen to this.
Rally shooter Thomas Crook's parents were looking for him in the hours leading up to the shooting. We're now told they eventually called law enforcement to report that Crooks was missing, and they were worried. And they also were told, those parents are now being cooperative now with authorities, but they gave them the heads up that something's going on with our son. We are worried. We don't know the texture or the details of their concerns. So in other words, well, were they worried that he had a gun? Were they worried? What were they worried about? Were they worried that he was going to try to attempt to kill a sitting president and then go ahead and turn into an assassin and kill another person and injure 2 others? It was an attempted assassination on Trump, but he managed.
So apparently this kid's parents were worried and they were trying to contact law enforcement because what were they worried about? This stuff is just not adding up one bit.
A murder anyway. Are we talking about that? What were they giving the cops a heads up about? This is the first time we are hearing this. We'll stay on the story and we will bring you the details, updates as we get them. Crook's parents were looking for him hours ahead of the assassination attempt.
That is crazy news, man. And here's another crazy video that just came out. Apparently, and I told you guys, the longer we go after this, the more facts are going to come out. That's why I'm not jumping to any conclusions. I'm just asking simple questions as we're getting these updates. Here's another crazy update. This apparently was the scope of the shooter. This is how open of a target Trump was that day. And as I play this, he took the shot at that direct moment that Trump turned his head. Bow! He took a shot right there. Another shot grazed his ear. But he had an open shot at Trump. An open shot. That's what it looked like for his scope, according to sources. But here is it gets worse. It gets worse. Here we go. Smash the like button if you guys can. Please take your time right now to smash the like button on whichever channel you guys are watching us. Somebody said, what's my Cash App? You can donate on the second channel. I'm monetized on there. I'm not monetized on this one. So please smash the like button right now on both channels. Here we go.
Director of the United States Secret Service, Kimberly Cheeto, speaks exclusively with ABC News, taking responsibility for that stunning breakdown in security.
This is an event that should have never happened.
Who is most responsible for this happening?
What I would say is that the Secret Service is responsible for the protection of the former president.
So the buck stops with you?
The buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service. It was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again.
Minutes after Trump took the stage Saturday in front of thousands of people, gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks wounding the former president and 3 others before a Secret Service counter sniper took him out.
I'm being told that the shooter was actually identified as a potential person of
crazy. We're hearing this from the highest of the highest. She's the highest. Secret Service. When you think of the Secret Service, you got to think of Cheeto. You got to think of her. And here she is basically confirming what a lot of people believe, that they were looking at him. Like they were literally looking at each other. And they're just like, yeah, I guess you could just, bro, what?
the suspicion. Units started responding to seek that individual out. Unfortunately, with the rapid succession of how things unfolded, by the time that individual was eventually located, they were on the rooftop and were able to fire off at the former president.
ABC News now learning that heavily armed local police were acting.
Did she say they? They? What do you mean they?
The rapid succession of how things unfolded, by the time that individual was eventually located, they were on the rooftop and were able to fire off at the former president.
They were able to fire off at the former president. Who? Matthew Crooks fired at the president, then they fired at him.
ABC News now learning that heavily armed local police were.
Hold on, I gotta play that one more time. What?
To seek that individual out. Unfortunately, with the rapid succession of how things unfolded, by the time that individual was eventually located, they were on the rooftop and were able to fire off at the former president.
ABC News now learning that heavily armed local police were actually stationed in.
They were able to fire off at the former president. I think she made a mistake there. That just really confused me.
Inside the building, the gunman climbed, but they missed him. This video showing a bystander pointing towards the building as police look onto the roof. Butler town officials confirming that after they became aware of the threat, a local police officer climbed up to the roof and confronted Crooks, but did not succeed in stopping him.
What was your reaction when you saw the events
Bro, what?
unfold on Saturday?
Shock and then concern, obviously, for the former president.
Investigators now trying to determine whether roof access had been properly locked down. The shooter climbing up seemingly unimpeded, about 400 feet from the stage, with a direct line of sight on the former president.
Should that
Look at that. He had the shot. This would have been. I don't think people understand, bro. I don't think liberals understand. Andres Rodriguez, thank you so much for your donation. Found out your channel, South Bronx Rally. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for your donation on the second channel. Appreciate that. Ashley also sent money on Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This story gets even crazier, but how in the world is it that
sight on the former president?
Here's what it looks like. Let me go back a little bit here. So you have the Crooks kid right here with the open shot at Trump on stage right there. And you got snipers literally looking at him from right here. Right here. Nobody's trying to get to the roof. They knew 10 minutes before that he was a threat, but yet nobody tried to rush the roof and you still let Trump go out. That's insane. And then unfortunately, one of the guys that got hit was right here in this area. And then another person got hit in this area.
The shooter climbing up seemingly unimpeded, about 400 feet from the stage, with a direct line of sight on the former president.
Should that roof have been secure, period?
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
Cheeto says the Secret Service was responsible for the inner perimeter of the rally where Trump was, but local police were responsible for the outer perimeter where the gunman was located. In Washington, lawmakers demanding answers, calling on the Secret Service director to appear before Congress.
We will be transparent both internally with my own folks and externally with members of Congress and with the American public. That's what the public deserves.
The president and Homeland Security Secretary said today they had 100% confidence in you, but there are some members of Congress calling on you to resign.
I appreciate the secretary's comments, and we're going to continue to be transparent and communicate with people.
Do you plan to stay on? Absolutely.
I do plan to stay on.
So she plans on staying on. Man, she needs to resign with all the news coming out and how long they knew the news. It just has to come out. She has to 1000% step away. I don't see how she doesn't. This is insane. How do you not step away after such a failure in front of the world? I don't know how you don't. But Biden has COVID. He just canceled all his public appearances. I think Biden is done. I think that, he did make the announcement that he would step away. Oh, we got some stuff coming out from the RNC. They got people speaking. This is night 3. Trump will be coming out soon. We got Peter Navarro, who just came home from prison or jail for, I think, contempt of Congress, I think it was. Let's take a listen.
Here's how it went. Here's how I got in prison. The legislative branch came for me first. Your favorite Democrat, Nancy Pelosi, created your favorite committee, the sham January 6th committee, which demanded that I violate executive privilege. What did I do? I refused. The J6 committee demanded that I betray Donald John Trump to save my own skin. I refused.
If I'm not mistaken, Steve Bannon is also in there for this, right?
Here's the thing about the Constitution. They demanded that I break the law because they have no respect for it. I refused. And a Democrat majority in the House then voted to hold me in contempt. All right, what happened next? The next jackboot to drop was the executive branch. Another one of your favorite Democrats, Democrat Attorney General Merrick Garland. There's a winner. Him and Jack Smith indicted and prosecuted me for criminal contempt of Congress. Now, here's what's weird about it. It's something that Democrat prosecutors refused to do against one of their own, including two guys with blood on their hands, Eric Holder and Alejandro Mayorkas, the great border czar, right? They've actually gotten people killed. For decades, the Department of Injustice right now, the Department of Justice policy stated, hear me out on this, if Congress slaps a subpoena on a senior White House advisor like me, the advisor's duty is to politely tell them to go pound sand.
By the way, not to move on so quickly, but what is this? At 7:22 p.m. right now, literally, Joe Biden says, I'm sick. He just like blandly just posts, I'm sick. I think it's over, guys. I think we're about to get Kamala Harris and whoever else. And I think that we're about to now enter uncharted territory with the Democrats. Democrats are pulling stunts after stunt. In my opinion, just my opinion. Allegedly, YouTube, Joe Biden says randomly, I'm sick. He didn't say I have COVID or anything like that. I'm just sick. It's a weird, such a weird way to say it, right? Just randomly just says it. Yeah. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. So JD Vance is speaking tonight. Wait, what? I don't even know. What? Oh, he was trolling. He says, I'm sick of Elon Musk and his rich buddies trying to buy this election. Donate here to defeat Donald Trump. Bro, this guy's sick. He really is sick, isn't he? All right, here's more news here. Like I told you guys, more news is coming out. Let me see.
Butler.
This is Fox News. I think this is Fox News. Somebody called into their show.
What prompted me to post and on the social media platform last night, and of course, obviously talk to you today, is that our local Butler Township Police, their duties that were assigned to them, and we have an operational plan that details all that, were strictly traffic detailed. They were not required or not detailed to any security detail related to the event. It's strictly traffic to obviously to help people coming in and out of the event. If there is an emergency, those type of things. We saw the number of people, the number of cars at the event. And I was so frustrated and quite frankly hit my limit again last night when I saw, again, Secret Service says it was the responsibility of the local police department. That's absolutely not correct.
Yeah, the local police department is not the.
Oh, he's saying that. Oh, wow. Okay, we'll talk about this on another video. But the local police is saying, hey, why is the Secret Service trying to blame us? We had nothing to do with that. You should blame yourselves. Wow. Oh, holy moly. Holy moly. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening, man. A lot of stuff. Smash the like button. Yeah, I mean, the guy, he's I guess he's the head of the Butler police. And he's basically saying, well, hold on, I got to call in Fox News because, well, why are these people blaming us? They're saying no, it's your fault. So he's basically, all right. So, okay, cool. I'll do more research on that so that way I can talk about it. RNC happening right now. I don't know if you guys are watching it. Let me know if you guys are watching the RNC. Tomorrow, big day tomorrow on this channel and on the second channel. Trump will be speaking tomorrow at the RNC. We're probably going to cover the whole RNC, to be honest. Smash the like button. If you donated, thank you so much for your donation. You guys are very kind to me. Go get your noble gold and silver. Get your Trump bar. Once again, call the number on the screen. Get up to a 1 ounce silver Trump coin or coins, by the way, or a 10 ounce silver American flag bar if you open up a qualified account. Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or I'll see you guys later.